Side plank. So this time we're working on the side of the body. Again, this is a strengthening exercise to try and strengthen the muscles in and around your core of your trunk. So from this position, again, much like the abdominal plank, there are two levels to this. The first one on your knees and the second one coming up onto your toes. So we'll do the knee one first. From here, we're going to come down onto our side so that the elbow is below the shoulder. You don't want it too far forwards or too far back, because either way it's going to put too much strain through the shoulder. For the side plank on your knees, bring the knees above each other and bend those knees. And then all we're going to do with our other hand, the top hand on your hip, we're just going to push up so that the pelvis is coming off the floor and the only things touching the floor are your elbow and forearm and your knees, and from knees down. You're going to hold that for up to 30 seconds. But much like the abdominal plank, if you start to shake, then come back down and do it again tomorrow or the next day, and just slowly build up to the point where 30 seconds is nice and straightforward for you. Once 30 seconds is straightforward for you on your knees and you find that you can do that without shaking, we can then come up to the next level. And what we're going to do is again be on our side, but this time instead of keeping the knees on the floor, we're going to lift the whole of the body up so that just the elbow and the side of the bottom foot are resting on the floor. So again, hand on the top hip and just push up. So from here, again, we're just going to hold it for up to 30 seconds. But again, if you start shaking, then bring it down. Now, with this one, it's very easy to overdo it with this one, particularly with the shoulder. So realistically, when I say when you start shaking, it's more likely to be the shoulder than it is anywhere else. And it's usually because the elbow position on the floor is in the wrong place. And so just make sure that your shoulder is above your elbow. Now there is an alternative way of doing this in terms of arm position, which may make it slightly easier for some. Instead of having your elbow and your forearm on the floor, you can do it with your hand on the floor. So the angle is slightly higher. So for some people that's easier. For some people that's harder because obviously you've got less stabilization. But the same principle applies. Keep the hand underneath the shoulder so that you're not putting too much pressure through that shoulder and that shoulder isn't having to stabilize the entire body weight. So that is side plank, and it will strengthen your oblique muscles and your side muscles and really start to build up your abdominal core muscles.